I got sick in November of '08 and was admitted into the hospital and was there for almost 7 months. I remember waking up from time to time and looking at my legs, and they were getting darker and darker and darker, and I was black. My limbs were dead and attached to me, and my legs below the knee were amputated, and so were my fingers. The recovery, immediately after the amputations, it was probably the worst times of my life. I really didn't know meningitis could lead up to what I went through. I'm just lucky that I survived. Not everyone is as lucky as me. Get vaccinated.
I was one of those patients who was misdiagnosed because they thought, oh, regular fever, and it's just, he'll stabilize, but I didn't. I was in a coma for 12 days, and they had to amputate all 10 fingers and below the knee. My dad was the first one that told me, you have bacterial meningitis, and my mom actually walked in and couldn't say anything. She just nodded her head. Get vaccinated.
In August of 1999, I attended a summer camp up in western Massachusetts. After going on a 30-mile hike on the Appalachian Trail over 3 days, I started feeling ill at dinner. Over the next 16 hours, the flu got worse and purple blotches started to appear on my abdomen. Paramedics were called and I was rushed to the hospital. My liver failed, my organs failed, I had a collapsed lung. I was given about a 10% chance of survival, and I was diagnosed with meningococcal meningitis. About a week and a half after contracting this disease, I was transferred to a hospital in New York City, where I had my legs amputated at the knee and my hands amputated at the forearm. 2 months after contracting this terrible disease, I was absolutely shocked to find out that there was a vaccine available that could have prevented all of this from happening. Bacterial meningitis is preventable. Get vaccinated.
When I first went to get my pre-physical exam for college, I did everything that was on that list. Unfortunately, my family physician did not have the meningitis vaccine in stock at the time, but he told me it's smart once you get up to school to get this vaccine. That was the farthest thing from my mind to get vaccinated for meningitis. I never missed a day in high school, and all of a sudden I get bacterial meningitis, and my world's turned upside down. It was a Friday night, and I felt like I had the flu, high fever, vomiting. The next morning I woke up and I knew something was wrong. I could barely sit up out of bed. When I got to the hospital, the doctor knew something else was going on. I was put into a drug-induced coma, and that night I was given my last rites because they didn't think I was going to make it through the night. I was in that coma for 6 weeks, and when I woke up I had amputations to pretty much all my fingers on both my hands and both my legs below the knees. Because I didn't educate myself 10 years ago, I'm paying the consequences today. Get vaccinated.